Hello. You probably recognize my face, and maybe even my quiff. My adventures have taken me all over the globe, and yes, even to the moon. But the most fascinating journey of all is the one of my own design. It's a story of how an artist created not just a character, but a window for the whole world to look through. So let's explore the anatomy of an icon. It's a fantastic question, isn't it? And it really gets to the very heart of my design. My perpetual youth, it isn't about avoiding getting older. It was a very deliberate, very clever artistic choice by my creator, Hergé, to make me a constant companion for you through a rapidly changing world. To solve the mystery of my longevity, we're going to follow a trail of clues. We'll start by looking in my creator's mirror. Then, we'll uncover the secret of the perfect empty vessel. After that, we'll journey through a century of history, leap from the page to the screen, and finally, we'll understand the legacy that keeps my spirit of adventure alive. Our story really begins with my creator, Hergé. You see, I wasn't just drawn from his imagination. In a lot of ways, I was assembled from the very fabric of his life, his ideals, and yeah, even his struggles. From the very beginning, my blueprint was based on the ideals that Hergé really cherished. My adventurous spirit, that came straight from his own youth in the Scouts. My sense of duty was inspired by the soldierly spirit of his brother. And my moral compass, well, that was set by a classic code of honor that he truly believed in. And my companions, they became a canvas for his own inner world. Think about Captain Haddock's fiery temper, or Professor Calculus's brilliant but distracted mind. These guys weren't just sidekicks. They were complex, very human facets of Hergé himself, reflecting his own personal struggles and his moments of incredible clarity. Okay, so let's move from the man to the design itself. This wasn't just about aesthetics. It was a brilliant and deliberate artistic choice, and it was crafted with one purpose in mind: to connect directly with you. So here it is. This is the absolute key to my entire design. Hergé crafted me as an empty vessel. By giving me no family, no fixed home, and by keeping my age the same, he created this unique space. It's a space for you to step into the story, to see the world not just with me, but through me. This design choice really sets me apart. Think about other heroes. They have these detailed origins and motivations that you observe from a distance. But I was designed differently. My background is a mystery, and my motivation is simple: just do the right thing. And that way, your imagination has all the room it needs to fill in the rest and join the adventure yourself. And my purpose as a vessel wasn't just to explore some fictional lands. My travels served as a direct, almost journalistic mirror to the dramatic, turbulent, and absolutely awe-inspiring events of the 20th century. I mean, my adventures tracked the major historical shifts of your world. I began right in the middle of the political turmoil of the Soviet Union, navigated the anxieties of global war, and later I got to capture the soaring scientific optimism of the space race. I was a constant, just observing an ever-changing world. So Hergé used my stories to explore these really complex global themes. But what made these heavy topics so accessible was his genius for balance. He grounded every single adventure in meticulous, authentic research, often for places he'd never even visited, and then he masterfully balanced all that tension with moments of pure, simple humor. Of course, a design this adaptable couldn't stay just on the printed page. The very qualities that made me relatable in a comic book also made me the perfect candidate for entirely new forms of media. It all started right here, in the quiet solitude of a studio. Hergé's lean care or clear line style was a singular vision. Every single panel was a static image, carefully composed with uniform lines and minimal shading, all to convey the maximum amount of clarity, motion, and emotion. And then I leapt right off the page and into motion. Soon, my adventures were being retold through charming stop-motion puppets, episodic television serials, and even live-action films. Each new medium tried to capture that original spark in its own dynamic way. Today, that evolution is still going, right into the interactive age. You can now step into my world more literally than ever, joining my quests through complex digital games that allow for a whole new level of participation in the world Hergé built. Now, not every adaptation has been seen as a grand success. Some have been criticized as being just distant echoes of the original work. But the fact that my story has persisted through all of them is a real testament to the strength and timelessness of the core character design. So, why? Why does a boy reporter, conceived all the way back in the 1920s, still hold such a powerful place in our cultural consciousness today? Well, the answer lies in that initial design. It all comes back to that initial idea. Because I was an empty vessel, I could transcend borders, cultures, and generations. My story wasn't tied to one specific time or place, which allowed me to become a truly global cultural touchstone, a friend to readers everywhere. And that legacy is still going strong today. You can see it in the vast ecosystem of memorabilia and the unwavering dedication of fans all over the world. Even after Hergé's own journey ended, and with his wish that no new stories be written, my spirit of adventure remains immortal. And this brings us to the future. As new creators in our changing times begin to reimagine my adventures, my role as a mirror to the world isn't over. So the final question is no longer what Hergé would do, but as my story enters the public domain, what journey would you send me on next? After all, true adventure never really ends.